And welcome back to another Sunday night. And we're on time, kind of, sort of.
We are. We're on time.
We're on time?
I'm
Are we
still
on
saying
time?
hello.
What day is today?
Yeah, people still jumping in. I'm saying hello.
What year is it?
I don't know.
Who are you?
Hi, Julie. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Hey guys, it's been a busy week, and it's gonna be an even busier one, and that's kind of what we want to talk about tonight. So
Yes.
we are prepping, we are packing, we are running around like chickens with our heads cut off, and
So
we love every minute of it, but
we always talk about
not this minute.
We always talk about what are we going to talk about on the live, right? We like to have a topic. Not everybody does, but we do. We like to have a topic, kind of know where we're going to go with the flow.
And we like to have a plan.
Well, Brian likes to have a plan. I'm a much more go with the flow kind of person. So anyway, we're talking about what are we going to talk about? And I said to you, I was like, oh my God. And we're like trying to figure this and that. And we have so much we want to do, so much we need to do. And how do we fit it all in? And I'm like, maybe that's what we just talk about. So I think that's going to be kind of the flow of our conversation tonight is,
what do you do? How do you
get it all done?
How do you get it ready?
I mean, I don't know how we get it all done. But the other thing we want to talk about, because next week this time, we will not be live. We won't be here. We are going to be on the Anthem of the Seas. We cannot wait to go. So we are in the midst of, I want to say we're in the midst of packing. We're not really in the midst of packing, but we're in the midst of thinking.
The suitcases are out.
They are. Because you took them down.
I've almost started.
Good job. Because normally they don't come down yet.
Well, I put them out because
you have this one piece of hair that's like glowing. It's like shining. No, maybe that.
Yeah. I'm literally driving back from work today, texting Julie saying, "What are we talking about tonight?" Because Plan A.
Well, we've been talking about it for 2 or 3 days, but what was Plan A? Go ahead.
So y'all loved our mashups.
I loved our mashups. You didn't love our mashups.
No, I didn't.
But I want to get back to the kitchen. I want to get back to incorporating other things into our lives. I think it's fun. I think it's fun to share either recipes with people, whether it's food or drink or cocktail, whatever it is.
Which has absolutely nothing to do with what we were going to do.
Or things that we're doing, right? Because whatever.
Yeah. So, I mean, we travel with kids, and in case anybody is unaware, this week is Halloween. And I know a lot of people are taking Halloween cruises, and people love Halloween cruises. We have not done yet a Halloween cruise.
Well, our kids are still in the midst of really, really into their costumes and wanting to go out and trick or treat with their friends. I feel like if we actually wanted to cruise at Halloween time, our kids would be upset. But we did come home from cruise on Halloween.
Mm-hmm, we did. And what we wanted to do was we wanted to kind of take tonight, and we were gonna get the kids all situated with their pumpkins, and we were gonna pumpkin carve live.
Then
we realized it would probably involve too many curse words, and we'd have to change the rating on the YouTube. So
no, guys, I'm a mess. My hair is a mess. Brian and I were both outside in the freezing cold here in New Jersey today, and the rain all day long, watching football. So the kids did great. Kevin's game. They won, right? I said they won? Yeah.
Kevin won.
Yes, Kevin's game won. Brian's game lost. But it was a cold day out watching football.
We're hoping for better weather next Sunday.
Yes. Yeah. So I haven't changed. All I did was
sail away out of New York
shake my hair out. Shake the rain out and the leaves.
Rainy cold is not fun. But let's say hi to some people while we get situated here, because
Meg, I'm so happy to see you. Welcome back. We haven't seen you in a while. I know that you're not feeling the best, but I hope that you're feeling great soon, and just really happy to see you. So I hope you're doing well.
Kathy Curry is here. Hello, nice to see you. Michael and Maria are here. Great to see you as well.
We're gonna see you soon.
Shayna is back. Shayna and Mark are back from one of our favorite chips, the Oasis of the Seas. Now, unfortunately, they had a situation on missing port sucks.
Yes,
it really does. But
to miss Coco K That really sucks.
But
so
the
I'm
good
sorry
news
you guys
is
missed go
positive spin. Positive spin. We'll have you there next week. Let's see. Destination Fun is here. Sharon, Danny, how are you? Lori is here.
Hi, Lori. I feel like I just talked to you.
Like we just spoke to you. Melissa McDonald is here. We said Michael and Maria are here. Mom is here.
Melissa,
hello.
I love your hair. I want to know what you're going to be for Halloween because I saw
this
the
thing
hair.
work two ways and I don't know it?
What are you talking about?
You just said you like her hair. I don't see. Is there?
Because I follow people and I see their posts.
I don't know if I didn't know if I saw.
I love your hair.
Chris is here. Nice to see you, sir. How are
it's
you?
Blue. What?
I thought you were suggesting dyeing your hair blue. I was going to say I don't know if blue would be your color.
Oh, I don't think blue would be my color, but it is Melissa's. Yeah, Melissa's looks great. She said she did it for Halloween, so
there you go.
I'm wondering if it's going to match a costume or something.
Let's see here. She said she is. She said she's going to be Hades for Halloween.
Very cool. I can't wait to see pictures.
Together we travel.
Because obviously I follow her pictures and know about her hair.
I don't think she friend requested me.
She doesn't know you.
Well, then how would I know? See what I live with. Marty's here, Shug in the house. Nice to see you, sir. Maria says, you look wonderful, Julie. Ooh, and our font changed. How did our font change? What happened to our thing? Oh my gosh, were you playing with this?
Maria, I can't wait to see you guys. Give you a great big hug. Wait, what did you just say? They're going to be on... Where are they going to be? Caribbean Princess. Woohoo! Have a great time. Definitely let them good times roll. Hopefully, 7's on the rollout.
Shayna says she just read about pumpkin carving kits that are basically cookie cutters for a pumpkin, and you tap them with a rubber mallet.
Mm-hmm.
We could probably use some of these.
Well, with our luck, our kids would smash their thumb, and the cookie cutter would go through their hand. And I don't know.
Joe from New England is here. Nice to see you. Yes.
Hey,
how have
Joe.
we been? We've been busy because, like we said, this is our crunch week. This is our countdown week. This is our 7 days to go.
We're always busy.
Well,
but who's not, guys? Tell me anybody out there who is not busy, and we'll give you some chores.
We thought about tonight's live. Is this a hey? Chris Cram is here. Nice to see you.
Hey, Chris.
Is this a packing discussion? Is this a what you have to do discussion?
Well, that was our. So
what is this discussion?
We talked about doing the pumpkins with the kids, but then we also talked about taking the camera off the table here and walking around and actually packing with you guys for our cruise. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, that's like a double whammy. Like we get double bang for our buck. Really is. Multitasking. We could actually be packing for our cruise because I don't know when we're going to do that. And talking. So I think that we are going to talk a lot about packing today. Yes. We're going to talk about packing. We're going to talk about how we prepare and get up for this last week. Because in 7 days we are going to be on our next cruise.
Well, let's start with that. Okay. Let's start with that. Kathy says she has 19 and a half days left. So, Kathy, are you packed yet? Is your suitcase ready to go? Is it out in the hall? Is it sitting outside of your front door waiting for your ride to the airport or the port? Are you ready to go? Because we have 7 days to go, and we are not.
I'm just chuckling as I'm reading comments.
Old lady. Well, somebody messed with my fonts. I'm not happy.
Mom, you're not an old lady. I don't know. Maybe they just changed it. Yeah. So one of the things that actually, so my mom, who's going to be an old lady for Halloween, we're going to be YouTube vloggers, I think. Yeah, that's a good idea. Anyway, she said that her tables are covered. Like she's already making piles to pack and everything's already all out. I know a number of people, what Shayna just said too, she came home from her last cruise because this is pretty close, right? Did all your laundry and you're just putting them back in the suitcase. So you're good. There have been cruises where I have packed a week in advance. I don't do the 2, 3, 4 weeks in advance. I'm just a week in advance kind of person. But there's also been cruises where I have literally packed at midnight before a cruise and been on the ship by 10 a.m.
Yes, there's definitely been cruises. We do regularly cruise out. So now this is definitely easier when you cruise out of your home port. We drive to Bayonne or New York to go on our cruises, so we can be packing relatively late.
I love that when we leave out of a home port or when we drive, that we don't have to worry about the airfare or the airlines and packing our suitcases for air. I don't have to worry about what's in my carry-on versus what's in my suitcase, like with liquids. I don't have to worry about how heavy my suitcase is, because cruise lines do not. I mean, as long as if you carry it on the ship, it has to fit through the scanner, so it has to through their security.
So
thing.
for the
But if
benefit,
you check it, you know, it can be heavy, it can be big, it can be whatever.
I was going to say, for the benefit of our new cruisers here, what are the differences between packing for an airline versus what we've
Great
had
question.
we've
Okay.
had some issues,
We've had some issues.
mainly flying back.
Okay. So the difference is, first of all, if you're flying, you have to worry about like your toiletry is like, I mean, I know a lot of women out there bring like hair products or shampoo, or I watched some lady that had like a really nice bottle of, I know it was expensive, like hair stuff. And we were in the airport and she was right in front of me. And they're like, I'm sorry, ma'am. And they took it out and they just dumped it right in the garbage. And I'm just like, oh, that's painful, right? So you have to worry about, like, when you take a flight, what you're going to put in checked baggage versus carried baggage. You have to worry about how much of anything you bring. Like, some people like to bring either sodas or waters or a bottle of wine on a ship with them, because you can do that. Like, that you can't really do as easily if you're flying. And you have to worry about your weight limit.
What about your salt?
Oh my gosh, yeah. So I love to buy souvenirs, and this has happened more than once, because the last time, you're right, it was salt, but what was it the time before?
So this is not just packing when you're heading out, but a lot of us like to hit that duty-free store.
This isn't even duty-free. This is just a souvenir.
I know.
This is just a souvenir. So, oh yeah, but if you do duty-free, if you get like bottles of something, like,
we've been in that situation
able to put
as
it
well.
in your checked luggage, because you can't carry liquids on anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So you used to just be able to carry that on. But the last time we were in Bonaire, and I bought salt. Bonaire is a famous place, manufacturer or whatever of salt. And so I bought boxes of salt to bring back as gifts. And
needless to say, we didn't come back with gifts.
No, we did. Stop it. It's in our cabinet now. We get through. But anyway, we get everybody. I'm last.
Oh, that's right. They had to test it.
I always bring up the rear, right? So we go through, and I'm the last one, and they stop me, and I'm going, what did they stop me for? Like, we're TSA pre-check, right?
Yeah.
We're good. The kids and you all get through, and I was so careful this time. I mean, I was like, because sometimes, you forget and you throw in, a bottle of perfume that's too big, or a bottle of shampoo, or like they're like, and I'm always the one that does that, because I'm the mom, right? I always throw it in the suitcase. So I get stopped and I go, no. I'm like, not this time. I was so good. I know my suitcase was good. I'm like, why? What? And she pulls out 5 boxes of salt, and the salt is like this big, and she has to scan it all, because I guess
they have
to test it to make sure you're not smuggling drugs in. And I'm like, I just wanted to bring home a souvenir.
So now YouTube knows Julie was a suspect in a drug investigation.
I'm very yes. I was stopped, but they did.
Should we put that as the thumbnail? Julie was a suspect in that.
Listen, they wipe it down with like a swab, and then they put the swab into a machine that tests it to make sure, because I guess that's what we'll pick it up.
I'm not kidding now. I think we need to change the title of this. Would that be clickbait? Was Julie a suspect in a investigation?
Anyway, they test it and then they give it back to you. There's nothing to worry about. Clearly.
Hit a couple of comments. Marty says, when do y'all leave? We leave in 7 days to leave on the Anthem of the Seas.
Technically 6. I mean, in 7 days we'll be on the ship. 1 week from today, we will be on the ship. We board next Sunday. So.
But Shug leaves tomorrow to board Tuesday. Cruising on the high. This is Cruising on the High Seas, and Travel says, "Hey y'all from the Glory." Oh, my fonts are so terrible. I'm so upset with my fonts. I'm gonna have to fix this. Is gonna drive me nuts all night. That one. Ordensky says, my wife likes to live dangerously. I don't even want to click on. How bad is? I don't want to click on comments because the font is bothering me that bad. This is going to take me hours.
Stop! You have to click on. Nobody else.
I
Guys,
know.
Let us know. Does the font bother you? Like, are you upset by the font?
Well, they don't match now because that.
So talking about how
we're gonna buy a new microphone too because we don't like our sound quality either. My wife loves to live dangerously with her packing. Yes, Julie is very much the same way. Michael and Maria say Maria is halfway packed and I'm a quarter of the way packed. The part that I have packed is the suitcase and the air tag in my suitcase. That is the part that I have packed. So let us know in the comments. Do you use an air tag? Do you use a tile? Do you use any of these things?
My air tag never leaves my suitcase. It's always in there, even when we're not packed. I just leave it in there.
We love using the air tags. We started using those last year, and just that little bit of comfort knowing that your luggage has traveled to the same place that you've traveled.
Hey, you know what's funny? When you were tracking where I was, like on the last one, and it was coming up like crazy places, you should have looked at to see where the air tag was, because that wasn't the air tag. That was I thought that was Find Friends.
What?
When it goes on,
oh yeah, Julie's last.
I'm like in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and he's like, "This is showing you're in Philly." I'm like, maybe I'm not really on a cruise. No, I really was.
Yeah, you can't always trust them, but definitely.
No, but that wasn't the air tags. No. That was Find Friends.
That was Find Friends. Yes.
So I wonder. We should have checked the air tags just to be fun. Anyway, sorry.
Too late.
I digress. Sorry, guys.
But so packing is one of the first things.
Julie Amos, awesome. She is packed. Matthew is not. Yeah, but Julie,
but as a parent, are you packing for him?
No, he's old enough.
I know.
But still, I know it's the mom in us. But Julie, you know what he's gonna do. He's just gonna throw in his bathing suit, some, whatever. He's gonna throw it in a suitcase and he's be like, "I'm good, mom."
Mike says, I've never let right through security because of my titanium hips. They always have to pat me down. So we ran into that. Not to talk, not to crisscross with work, but there was definitely a lot of titanium hips and pacemakers and stuff like that today that had to go through secondary screening.
You're talking about your
my work.
Yeah, me and Brian were at different football games today. So I was sitting under a tent in the cold rain watching the boys play, and they did awesome, and it was so much fun. That umbrella, even though they played like monsters that were double their size. And you
did not have an umbrella,
but you still had roof over you most of the time.
No. Anyhow, Chris says my cruise clothes don't change, so I wash and it goes right in the spare room for the next trip. Now, we said this. Julie got back from her cruise. I said, don't eat, just throw it in the wash, put it right back in the suitcase. And did she do that? No, of course she
didn't. Oh, hold on. Aunt Christine. Hi, Aunt Christine.
So next step, after we get all of our stuff packed, which is probably going to take us most of the week, we got Halloween coming up. So we'll take care of getting all that.
Okay.
But what are some other things that you want to take care of before you leave?
Well, that's what I was going to say. So let's just talk
about
our
in the chat. Let us know in the chat. What are some things that you make sure that you're going to take care of before you leave?
I'm not kidding you. Here's my calendar, right? If you could see this thing. Me and Brian sat down the other day and we looked at like everything that we need to do before we go.
And I had an anxiety attack.
We both did, because let's just talk about today. You worked. Mm-hmm. I took the boys to football. It's my nephew's birthday. A really great big, super big, happy birthday to Charlie. Charlie, the big 10. He has double digits, and we had a great day. He had a great game. He did great. He had an awesome tackle. I mean, he had played a great game because him and Kevin all play on the same team. Mm-hmm. Awesome. And then we had a little birthday party for him with awesome. That was awesome. You met us there. We came home. Doing some bookings, doing that too. And then getting the kids in bed. So today was a full day. But it was manageable and pretty much our normal speed. But now tomorrow's Monday. Okay. So tomorrow's Monday and we got, Brian's going to have film. And I think since we didn't do pumpkins yet, we're going to have to go grab. The kids are just, Katie cannot be without pumpkins. So we're going to do pumpkins. So we have to pick up some pumpkins. We got to carve some pumpkins. we have to work on some pumpkin projects for school. We have all kinds of that. Then Tuesday is actually Halloween. So I'm going to be at the school. I'm going to be doing room mom for Kids Times 3 Halloween parade. And then we got trick or treat. We trick or treat in our town on Halloween. That'll be fun. Then we got Wednesday. We have an appointment in the city. We have to go into New York. So we will be in New York on Wednesday.
Oh, good night, Joe. Thanks for stopping in. You're right. 4:30 does come early. I'll sleep in a little bit longer than that. Not much, but
not much.
A little bit. So get some rest. Thanks for stopping in.
Wednesday we got piano and football, but Grandma's gonna help take the piano. We got football. We'll figure it out. Thursday is the 2nd. We got gymnastics. We got football. The Friday before we leave, we got the orthodontist for the boys, both of them, and we have football practice. And then you also have hockey.
Yeah, there's hockey games on both Friday and Saturday.
They're doing football practices on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week. So.
They're not making Friday.
Yeah, and then Saturday we have a hockey game, and Sunday we leave for our cruise. Now, in the midst of all that, we have to figure out how to pack, how to prep the house, how to clean, how to make sure everything's taken care of. So that's where our conversation was going tonight, and because we're no different than anyone out there. We know how busy you all are too. How do you guys do it? Like, how does everybody manage their week?
Joe has a very important comment. Joe was about to go to bed. Now Joe's not going to bed. No, Joe, you heard hockey. We have. I head coach both boys' hockey teams. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to get Bry's team, and then we're going to contact Larry Bum, and we're going to have a game against the two teams. That's what we're going to do.
All right.
And New England is going to take out St. Louis. Is what's going to happen. That's right. That's right, Larry.
We had games.
Call you out because I know you're not watching.
We were supposed to have games yesterday, but unfortunately, the boys were scheduled to play on an outdoor rink. Now the outdoor rink, it's still refrigerated. It still has the cold ice and the whatever. But up here in New Jersey, we had 80-degree weather yesterday. It was sunny
Joe used to
and
be an
beautiful.
official. Oh, Joe, we're gonna talk.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
We're gonna split a Molson and talk over that next time.
Very grateful.
Richard, you can join us.
I think I just saw Julian was like lists. Oh yeah, lists is how I can remember.
Yes, well, there's been a lot. You've been while you were reading your schedule off. People had some good comments. Let me go back to the comments. Let's see. Let's see. Will G popped in to say, "Hey, we'll catch the replay. Have a great week. Good to see you.
Thanks for popping in.
Let's see, but let's go. Let's go. So Julie says lists. It's the only way. So Julie posted in our How We Cruise group a bunch of weeks ago a packing list that she put together. It was mostly our stuff, some stuff that she found on the internet and stuff like that.
Well, I always listen to other people because you know what? There's some of that stuff on that list that I would never pack, but other people want to. So the list is
so we posted a list,
but it's got a lot of really good stuff.
And we took that list. We took that list and we posted it in the group for the November for next week's sailing, and a lot of people.
It's the list that I always share.
Yes, so. Same one. So, but some other things to think about, and we were thinking about some of these too. So I just want to. Shayna says mail hold and bank notification. So we're not going to hold our mail. Because we have a neighbor coming to take care of
we have people taking care of the house and that are
but a mail hold is important.
But very good.
Bank notification is definitely one that's really important. If you're going to be using credit cards, or especially if you're going to be using a debit card, as we've discovered,
that's a good point.
It is very important to know which card you're going to be using when you travel, and notify your bank that you're going to be traveling. Now, a lot of these travel cards, travel rewards cards, they expect you to be traveling, so they won't decline your purchases when you're traveling.
But it has happened.
But it has happened
where you're out of the country and they see that as a flag, so they don't let it process. They don't let it go through.
They're protecting you.
Yes, they're protecting you, but
it's also important to check your card, which card you like to use. A lot of times, for a while, we were using a Discover card, which is not accepted in a lot of foreign countries. So it's important to know what cards are accepted in the places that you're going to be going to. So Visa and MasterCard are pretty safe.
American Express too.
Not always,
It's-
but
yes,
it's definitely one
not
to
always.
it's definitely one to be aware of. Julie says a very important one for us: the dog sitter list of what to do. Yes,
Yes.
we have a situation where our dog sitters will spoil our dogs to no end.
Our dog sitters treat our dogs better than we do.
To the point that when we get home, our dogs are kind of annoyed that we're home. And want us to go
I
away.
think so sometimes. Yeah.
Z is here. Hello, Z. He says, I call my bank and credit card company and tell them I'm going to be on vacation. Yep, definitely a smart thing to do.
Z's been in. Before he had a comment.
I
too.
missed it before. I'm sorry.
I saw you, Z. He said that he leaves in 60 something days, I think you said, and he's already starting to buy stuff.
Oh, sorry. Shayna also said making sure the food is used up or that our freezer might go bad.
Listen, I've mentioned this a few times because I was just away on some other cruise. I was away on 2 volunteer cruises because I volunteer with Autism on Seas, and I came home both times, and Brian did a fantastic job, wonderful job. The kids, yes, of course you did. Everything was wonderful, except I came home and opened up the refrigerator. Now they're home. Brian and the 3 kids, 4 of them are here, living here.
Mm-hmm.
I come home, I open up the fridge. I swear to all that is holy. I open the doors in the fridge and nothing has moved. Not one thing. Like the same leftovers, the same, like every, you know how you know where things are in the fridge? Nothing has even so much as a smidge moved.
Mm-hmm. It's very difficult to get Julie to order pizza. It's very difficult to convince Julie to go to Hot Dog Johnny's. So while Julie's away, we will play.
Oh, you'll play all right.
And if you've seen our TikTok, there's evidence
if you see
of
the
that.
TikToks, where are the YouTube shorts that we put up there too? The same ones. But yeah, no. You guys had some fun. And I love it. I love it that you guys are taking care of it.
Chris says pet care ready, gutters cleaned, furnace ready, mail and water filter change. Now, traveling in the wintertime in the Northeast, one of the things to think about too is do you have to make sure that you like do you like turn off your water?
Yeah, winterize or
winterize your house and things like that. We've had not us has happened yet. Knock on wood, fingers crossed. But we've had family come back from cruises to burst pipes and things like that.
Do you remember that? Oh my gosh, they came home and their entire laundry room was completely flooded. Everything, it was just flooded. The pipe had burst. I don't even know. Was that a winter thing? I don't even think so. I think it was just a freak thing. And and it took quite a while to clean that all up, and a lot of insurance and a lot of whatever, and because they weren't even home when it happened. Like they didn't know when it happened. It happens.
Shannon said, turn down the heat or up if the summer for AC. Yep, definitely something to think about. Michael and Maria are already arranged for sitter for their psycho cat.
Your psycho cat. I love it. And Michael and Maria, I'm super happy that you guys are set for getting yourself situated for the port, because I know that the marathon is going on. So we're going to make sure that people don't run into traffic in the city that way. So while you talk about that, like I pulled up this packing list that I have, and I want to talk about some of the items.
Okay.
Because I think
allow me to say hello to Sharon and see Travel and Tony Diaz before you do.
Well, please do.
Okay.
Please do. Hi guys. Thanks so much for joining us.
Go ahead with your list.
Well, you didn't say hello. You said allow me to say hello, and then I said hi, and you didn't.
I did.
Hi guys, welcome in. Anyway, Jamie, how are the Chargers doing?
Chargers need.
Tony, are you home? Are you still
the
on
only
the
two teams in the NFL playing that combined have less wins than the Jets?
Hey, that Jets game was something today. I gotta tell you, we were at Bry's game and we were watching the Jets game on our phones while we were watching the other kids play. It was great. And when it went into overtime, the only thing I could think of when it went into overtime was, Bry's gonna be home late.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Exactly what I said.
Exactly.
So anyway, let's talk about this packing list. So guys, when you pack, and I've had a lot of questions from first-time cruisers who are cruising with us about packing. I feel like it's a huge stress on people, whether you're a seasoned cruiser or a new cruiser. So if you're a new cruiser, don't stress about packing. I said today, we were talking about it today at the game. I have underpacked once. I am an overpacker. I think a lot of us are. I underpacked once, and it was so much more of a stress to me to underpack because I actually missed what I was hoping that I had packed on the cruise. I would
Why
rather.
did you underpack?
It was a cruise that I wasn't with you on. When I was on Oasis, this past Oasis, not this last one I went on, but the one before.
Wow.
But yeah, Oasis, September 24th. I underpacked. I know it. I know it very specifically.
I feel bad now. Sharon says, Charles, you're doing great. Jamie's face is in front of the TV. I'm so used to Jamie logging in from this account. I just assumed it was Jamie. Hi, Sharon.
Hi,
nice
Sharon.
to see you.
Yeah, so I'm definitely an overpacker, and when I underpacked, I actually stressed out. I would rather have choices. I'd rather have more things than I need and just have that comfort. That's just me. I know there's a lot of other people out there that just don't want to. So clothing wise, like, what's your personality? I think first of all, you have to talk about that. What's your personality? Like, do you want choices, or do you just want to know that you have an outfit? Because when our kids were little, we used to put their outfits in Ziploc baggies for the day. So we had, or, and we'd obviously when they were even younger, they needed multiple outfits a day.
Mark this one 34 minutes in. Parents, mark this spot. Julie's about to give a cruising with kids tip. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, we would put their outfits together. So like their shorts and their shirt, and if they needed I don't know, like they always need multiple diapers and stuff like that. But like onesies, like we put them in individual Ziploc bags, Ziploc baggie them. This is like even more than packing cubes. This is individually wrapping each outfit. And it's a super great way to pack for young kids, especially ones that are still like in diapers or still.
Also think you do when
getting
you have
really
one
messy.
child.
So
by the time poor Katie was born.
anyway, that's a great thing to do for kids. Now we're just like, hey guys, just throw in a suitcase, whatever. So you need. You interrupted me and I totally lost my train of thought. So I don't know where I was going with that. But anyway, it's a good tip. It's a good tip. So clothing. Oh, so, what's your personality? How do you like to pack? Like, do you want to have extra stuff? Do you want to have choices? Or do you want to just, be able to go on the fly? You could go on the fly. You could just go in the same shorts and t-shirt for the entire cruise and have a bathing suit.
Well, I wear different t-shirts every day.
I know you do, but what I'm saying is that's your personality. Like, you could just go with the same thing every day. Me, sure. I want options. And I want to know that, okay, tonight we're going to go to the show, so I want to wear this. But maybe we're going to go to the scooter bar, so I want to wear that. Or maybe we're going to go to the alchemy bar, so I want to wear that. Or maybe we're going to go watch the movie out on the pool deck, or the outside movie, so maybe we'll go with that. Like, I like to have choices. So I'm an overpacker.
And the porters love her for it.
Stop it. So things about clothing. You got t-shirts, tank tops, shorts, athletic shorts versus dress shorts, sundresses, long pants, jeans, leggings, long sleeve shirt. Don't forget your underwear or your bras. Your sleep clothes. Do you want to sleep in different clothes? Swimsuits, cover-ups. Do you need a light jacket? A light jacket is a great thing to bring no matter what. If you're in Alaska or in some of the other colder areas, maybe you need a much heavier jacket or coat. Hoodies, sweatshirts, belts, hats, sun visors, socks, sneakers, flip-flops, water shoes, socks. And depending on where you're cruising, if it's warmer weather, things like sneakers and socks are important if you're going to be hiking or going to be going on long excursions where you're walking, or if you want to do some of the other things like, that might activities that might require shoes and socks and things of that sort. Yeah.
Now, I'm the kind that once I started traveling for work a couple of years back, I did most of my traveling with a carry-on and never checking a suitcase.
We talked about that today too.
And I absolutely fell in love with not checking a suitcase. I absolutely love traveling with just a carry-on bag on the plane. And as I've discovered with 3 kids and with a Julie, that's nearly impossible to do if you're traveling any more than like 3 days. I have a 21-inch suitcase. Julie has a, what is it, 40, 45-inch?
I don't know.
70, 72
It's
foot.
not big enough.
It's needs its own plane, something like that. No, Julie goes with the full size large suitcase, but I like the carry on size. Yes, and it's heavy. But I try to look at like what we're going to be doing on this cruise. I try to look at what we're going to be, where are we going to be going? If we're going to be doing a Caribbean cruise and it's a lot of sea days, maybe that's the day that you only need, maybe you only need bathing suits and t-shirts. But if it's going to be a cruise, like, and we dress differently depending on which line we're on too. Like Norwegian is very, very casual. So, I don't bring the suit for formal night. Shana says, I can't imagine carry-on only. We just can't get that small. I do like to snorkel though. What we
carry a separate bag just for our snorkel gear.
We did that,
but we're a family of 5, and the kids' snorkel gear is in there, and ours is too.
We started throwing, mainly because our kids drag their snorkel gear through the sand, and we bring half of the Bahamas home on every cruise. Again, yeah.
This is so true,
this is
Julie. Very, very true. Definitely pack more when I'm not flying, when I'm going to a home port, because you don't have to worry about the airplane or anything else. That's definitely true. But this one is just funny. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I always overpack socks. I never know if I'll need them, and that they don't take up too much space. Shana, it's so funny you say socks. Remind me to tell you a story about socks. I guess I can share it on here. I hate buying socks. It's something weird about me. I'm just like, socks of all things. Like, I hate socks. I mean, I like having them. I like wearing them. Whatever. I hate buying socks. Anyway, it's a funny story. So,
I think we have a few more people here. Cruising on the high seas. Rob's here, and cruising scene.
Guys,
nice to see you. Thanks for coming in. There were a couple other good comments up here. Scrolling back up here.
Go through some comments, then I'm going to go through some more of my list.
Shana says, packing just enough can cause a scramble when ports are changed. Yeah, so I'll bring that up.
Yeah.
Because I remember last year, was it last year? How about those poor people that left out of, whether it was New York or New Jersey, I forget whether they left out of, right. They were supposed to go to Bermuda.
It just happened to our Bermuda cruise past one.
But not.
I know, but
you know which one I'm talking about.
We were talking about that. We thought that was going to happen to us. We literally thought we were going to end up up in Nova Scotia.
Imagine this.
Yeah.
You book your family, you pick up the phone, you call How We Cruise. You talk to me or Jewel, and you say, hey, I want to book this fantastic Bermuda vacation, in which we take care of everything for you. We get it all squared away for you. And you're ready to go. You board the ship. You got your shorts. You got your sunglasses, your Hawaiian shirts. And off we go. And we're heading out to Bermuda.
Caribbean shirts.
What did I say?
You said Hawaiian.
Well, yeah.
They're Hawaiian shirts, but you're going to the Caribbean. So
you're heading out. And here we go. We're off to Bermuda. No, we're not. We're taking a left turn. We're going to Canada. That happened last year. And those poor
Canada's
people.
beautiful.
It is, but
it's a wonderful place.
Not
when you're planning on going to the Caribbean, because it's a bit colder. And guys, this just happened to me on the last cruise I was on. We were going to Bermuda, and we were anchored out under the Verrazano for a day in the cold and the rain, and everybody was bundled up, and it was chilly. And everybody kept saying, "Are we actually going to make it to Bermuda? Or are we going to go up to Canada?" We didn't know. We did make it to Bermuda for less than half the time we were supposed to be there. But be prepared, especially knowing the port that you're leaving out of and where you could potentially be deterred to. That's the right word.
And why? And I'll say this: when you got stuck in New York Harbor there, on the cruise to Staten Island,
that's what we called it. Yeah.
What were some of the things on the ship that you noticed that were typical about cruises that maybe weren't open?
Well, first of all, because we were not out into international waters yet, all of the shops were closed. Now we're talking more than 24 hours into our cruise now. So I forgot my razor. you're on a cruise. You want to make sure your legs are nice and good, whatever. I forgot it. I could not get to a shop. I couldn't buy it. So all the shops are closed. And I mean, other people too, that just like, because you're kind of stuck there while you're anchored. They want to go in the shops. They want a souvenir shop. They want to buy a shirt.
More importantly, what else was closed?
I'm getting there. So the shops are all closed. So you can't get to the shops while you're not in international waters. But the other thing that was closed is the casino. So now we're more than. Oh, you're thinking something else too?
No, that's what I'm saying. That's no good.
Oh yeah, no, it's not good because
people that want their casino points.
Yes, and you're more than a full day into the ship, and
no casino points.
It was literally the next afternoon before we left. After we pulled out the first day, so day 1. Nope, no shops, no casino. Day 2, until we got into mid-afternoon, no shops, no casino. So, I mean, that was a big deal. And it was cold and rainy and wet.
so pack a program. Shayna says we actually love St. John and Halifax, but still want Coco Cay next week. Yeah, that's a surprise when you're planning on the Caribbean and you end up with Canada. That's definitely something.
I love that. And this isn't Shayna. I was watching some of the other comments and things on like the Facebook pages and the different feeds and things, and people are commenting on, they closed Coco Cay. Why did they close Coco Cay? Oh my goodness, what happened to Coco Cay? Like, no, it wasn't closed. It was weather. The ship couldn't dock safely. That does happen. It has happened before. It will happen again. But yeah, that's all it was. There's no major.
Is Coco Cay posted? Not yet, right? You're still working on it.
From our last cruise?
Yeah. But
did we go to Coco Cay before Nassau?
No, Nassau first. Nassau.
No, I'm working on Nassau right now, so that means.
So if you haven't seen,
I'm working on Coco Cay right now.
Okay,
I just posted Nassau.
So if you haven't seen it yet, Julie's video from Nassau is up. It's we got
Coco Cay is coming. It's half done.
Yeah. Did a private charter, so that's the next thing that I'll jump to. Before your cruise, you got to prepare a little bit, right? You're going someplace, so do you like to wing it when you get to your cruise port? Or do you like to kind of plan in advance or at least know what you're doing? So for our upcoming cruise, we liked the company that we dealt with last time. So we reached back out to them and we said, hey, we're coming back. We want to go hang out with you again. What can you do for us? And we were able to, unfortunately, our port got canceled. But if you check out our latest Nassau video, you'll see a private charter to a nice little snorkel spot.
Yeah, we had a really great time. That was really, really awesome.
We plan on having drone footage for you.
Can't wait to do it again. So let me get back to our list a little bit. So we talked about like the clothing that you might need. I didn't talk about like a lot of people. It's kind of controversial a little bit with people who like to dress up versus who don't want to dress up. But if you do plan on dressing up for any kind of formal nights, you can add like your dress shirt, pants, belt, shoes, blazer, tie, evening gowns, dress pants, dress blouse, shoes. Don't forget your shoes. Don't forget your jewelry. Don't forget your makeup. And then let's talk about your other things you might need. So let's talk about toiletries, right? Your toothbrush, your floss, your mouthwash, your deodorant, your cotton swabs, any kind of makeup, hair straighteners. Hair straighteners double greatly as a makeshift iron for like things like sleeves and pants. So even though you can't have an iron on a ship, you can have a hair straightener, and the hair straightener can do that for you. So I have no idea where or what you just did there. So
well, I was about to say you could just post your list and they could all.
I will absolutely do that. I will do that, but I just wanted to go through some of it because I think too when you actually hear it or see it, whatever. I always pack my own shampoo and conditioner. I really do. Hair products, your hair ties or clips, glasses, contacts, contact lenses, the solution, lotion, all that stuff is important. And then there are the other extras that you need in the cabin. Things like your magnetic hooks, right? How about a nightlight? What did I just purchase today? It just came in the mail today.
What else did you buy now?
I got an LED lit that I can hang on the wall, alarm clock / clock. So that way, because the rooms don't have clocks, and my mom actually had this idea because she was talking about clocks and whatever. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, this one doubles as a nightlight and an alarm clock, which we don't need an alarm clock. We don't, well, whatever. But also just to know and have a visual of the time. And you made a comment. You're like, that's pretty big. It's bigger than I thought. It's not that big. It's like this big. Right. But he's like, it's bigger than I thought because he was expecting one of those tiny little whatevers. I'm going to put a magnet on the back of it and I'm going to stick it right to our wall. And it's battery powered and or USB. So I got one of those. Clocks, awesome. We got outlet adapters, shoe organizers. I don't know if I do that. Poopery, depending on your cabin mate. Anyway,
we have 2 bathrooms on Anthem.
We do. And then okay, so this one has brought up a lot of controversy on when I do post this list. People would be like, a ceiling fan? Really? What do you mean by a ceiling fan? Although the last cruise I was on, people were bringing like huge, big box fans. Like, and I'm talking a full size box fan. Guys, go on Amazon. You can get all kinds of fans now. Lots of people like fans. But I don't know where you're even going.
You spent an hour talking about your package.
All right, go for it then.
I started to, and you cut me off.
I can't, but he's making me. Do you know what he wrote right here, guys? I'm going to tell you.
Move on.
He said, "Move on." but he covers it with his hand when he writes it.
Because I'm right-handed and you're sitting on my right. But Richard has a very important question.
Oh, okay. Go for it. Go for the drone footage.
What happened?
All right, I'm done with my packing.
What happened to the drone footage? The drone footage. So one of the coolest things about that excursion was we had our whole group with us. Well, not the whole group, but we had a good portion of the group with us, and everybody was there. And Granddad wanted to pull out the drone and get some footage of all of the grandkids snorkeling together, which would have been, fantastic footage and a real good time. So
and if you saw us there, any of that footage would have been so awesome. But
so the best advice that we can give, if you're going to try and use a drone anywhere to get some footage, be conscious of what is above you. So Dad launched the drone, and
it wasn't even above; it was the side. It was the, what do you call it?
Yeah, it's the outrigger. So if you've ever been on a charter fishing boat, they got the arms that come out the side with the lines, and the drone went up and caught one of those lines, and it did exactly what it's supposed to do when it catches those things, and it stopped, so it didn't damage the blades. But the problem is when it doesn't damage the blades, it drops
into the water.
Guys,
if you have not seen the vlog we posted, it is the last one we just posted. It is us in Nassau. It says Nassau. Would we do it again? Brian dove down, and I'll say this: I was so.
It was
upset.
A world record free dive.
He had the GoPro when you dove down. You actually held the GoPro in one hand and dove down to get. And all I kept thinking is, I'm watching him going, I want to be recording this. I want to be filming you diving down for this. I can't believe you got it. We actually rescued it. I can't believe you got it. Anyway, we were able to rescue the drone. Didn't have the footage, and the battery was pretty shot for the
vlogger mistake.
Anyway,
press record. Forgot to turn it on.
Well, no, yeah, but I was watching you and going, I want to be recording this, but you had the GoPro.
Well, and because my thought was turn it on.
Yeah, you should have turned it on, and when you dove down, because guys, I'm telling you, we were arguing, and I actually cut this out of the vlog, but we were arguing over how deep you went. I say you went at least 30 feet.
It was 60 if it was 100.
I really think it was at least 30 feet. And we're arguing in the vlog, and I cut it out because when we make a vlog, it has to flow and it has to whatever. But my brother and you and me are all arguing, and you guys are like, and Chuck's like, it's not more than 12, and you're like, it's not more than whatever, and I'm going, it was at least. I thought
you can actually look it up. It's in the Guinness Book of World Records as a world record free dive.
This is what I live with.
Other packing. So you want to go back to your packing list. So Shayna,
Oh.
and well, listen.
Yes.
They had some things that are not on your list, so these are interesting
Please,
ones.
yes.
So Shayna says we forgot to do it on our last trip, but wetting a towel and hanging it with magnets near a vent gives you a makeshift humidifier for the cabin.
Ooh.
Interesting. That's very good.
That's a really good idea.
Mhm.
That's awesome tip.
Michael has a very important one here. Says I make sure I always pack cigars. Now, normally I would say, oh, we'll just grab them in Nassau, but we're not going to Nassau. So
that's okay.
Michael,
Though. We're
you
gonna
might
make the best of it.
You might
We're
be
gonna make
onto
the best of it.
something there. We might need to make sure.
Melissa McDonald says she has a cruise essentials bag that has everything in it. That's awesome.
Mhm.
That's definitely. I know my mom has a lot of stuff too that they're always packed. Like she just doesn't unpack them; it just stays in her suitcase.
Julie says I bring airtight bags for dirty clothes. Cuts down on teen boy stank. Yes, we're discovering
that is a real
we're
thing.
discovering that that's more and more important as our kids.
That is a real thing.
How about gain age?
There was just a post that I saw the other day about someone who was bringing a pack and play with them. Now, the cruise ships will provide pack and plays or cribs for you.
Deb says Jack Jr.'s upset you skipped him. Where did we skip him?
Oh, no, we wouldn't skip Jack.
Well, she said he's watching and says chicken butt.
Oh. What's up, chicken butt? Hi, Jack.
We would never skip Jack.
No. Wait, hold on. So I thought, okay. So I was reading a post about a couple that was traveling with two kids, and they packed their pack and play. Now, pack and plays or cribs are reserved for younger travelers, and I think like usually like two and under get like priority. And I feel like this was like I think if I'm remembering it correctly, it was about a 3-year-old. And they wanted to bring their pack and play to ensure and make sure, because that's what their kid was most comfortable sleeping in. So they're going to bring their pack and play. Well, they forgot their pack and play on the bus. I mean, guys, you're traveling with 2 kids and luggage and you're trying to get whatever. It happens. But they had it already tagged because we print out our luggage tags. You put your luggage tags on early. Somebody, some kind soul, found it on the bus and got it to the cruise port for the people. Said, here's your pack and play. But they didn't find the people. They just brought it to the port. Well, and I understand why. I totally understand this. The cruise port said, you're not ticketed to be on this ship. We can't take luggage that's not yours. We can't accept that item, even though it's ticketed for this cruise. I get that. I understand. However, the people, I mean, if you know, you know, right? It's a pack and play. It was a pack and play. They knew where it was supposed to go. They know somebody just missed it. I think that there's some generosity exchanged, and they did end up accepting this pack and play. And the people then posted online saying, with extreme gratitude, thank you so much. Our kid needs us to sleep. We would have not gotten through our cruise without this. We can't believe that we missed it, but thank you. And somebody, I thought that was so nice. I loved that. So a pack and play may be something you want to bring, but don't leave it on a bus and don't forget it. And if you do, or if you find one, help somebody out. So that was nice.
All right. Well, what are some last minute things? Because we're running out of time here, because we do still have a whole lot to do tonight to be ready for our cruise next week. So give us your last things in the comments here that you cannot cruise without. So that way everybody that's traveling with us next week, make sure that they remember some things.
I'm going to show them what I can't cruise without.
My earbuds?
Well, mine are in the other room, so I was going to show them yours.
Mom says shoe organizers.
Absolutely, 100% have to have my earbuds.
Lori and Julie swear by as does Maria, the Downy Wrinkle Release.
Love the Downy Wrinkle Release, yes.
So now on our next cruise, there will be 2 formal nights. Now, we're not going to give away too many things.
Okay.
But we do some fun stuff on our group cruises. So, you know, for those of you that are joining us, be prepared. We have some events that you're going to be
Sounds like a warning.
able
Be
to
prepared.
participate in if you would like to. But there may be some incentive to participating well. There may be some awards. There may be some things, and some of those awards may involve uh, your searching skills.
Okay.
Some of them may involve
Right.
Your formal wear attire.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a good time. We made some plans tonight too for some lives when we get back. We'll talk about that. We're not going to talk about it now. We'll talk about that when we get back.
Michael says he can't cruise without my wife.
Oh, Michael,
this is what happens when Maria takes the keyboard.
Stop it, Mike. That's the best comment. You win.
Michael, you should say that to Julie because Julie's cruised without me twice in the last month.
It's not cruising though, it's work. And it's the best work, and I love it. And I don't mean that it's negative in any way. I'm saying though it's not vacation. I'm obligated and whatever.
Maria says she'll be looking for ducks on the ship.
Ooh, we might be hiding a few.
We're gonna hide some, and maybe, just maybe, it might be beneficial to try to be the one who finds the most. Just saying. Not that you should like take them away from like a little kid or anything like that, but like you
stop. Just stop. All right. Oh, the other thing though that I learned after the last cruise. So the last cruise I was on, and you were not with me.
You gonna rub that in again?
Yeah. You were not with me. It was the one to Bermuda. It was cold, and then we got there and whatever. It was 5 nights. My lips got so chapped. They weren't sunburned. They were so chapped. And I did have a stick of sunscreen lip balm with me. Well, I think the sunscreen lip balm is not the same as like regular. And I think it made it worse. I literally had nothing to put. My lips were literally cracked and bleeding by the time I got home. It only took a couple days to heal them once I got home with the proper stuff. But I will never cruise again without proper chapstick. The other thing that I will never cruise again with, because it's happened to me now multiple times, is that too. A travel size bottle of vinegar.
I've been replaced by vinegar.
Oh, yeah. You're both a little salty. Sour. I don't know. No, listen, the vinegar, because Kevin and we had the whole sea lice thing. Who else
has salty vinegar at home? I'm just curious.
We had
Drop it in the comments if you have salty vinegar at home.
I was thinking salt and vinegar chips. I don't know. Anyway, we had the whole sea lice incident that happened in Nassau a year ago. But then when I was just on a cruise this past September, I was cruising with a little guy, and he also got just one. Fortunately, it wasn't like the whole sea lice thing, but just one jellyfish sting. We actually had to go do a whole incident report. The lifeguard had to take some, whatever. They did dress it, but like it was a whole thing. If you have a bottle of vinegar with you, you can just do it yourself. You can spritz a little bit on, dress it yourself, and yeah. So vinegar and chopstick are 2 new things to my list. Along with my husband.
It wasn't just vinegar; it was travel size vinegar. It wasn't even a full bottle.
I mean, you don't have to bring a big bottle. Like you're not gonna want to like whatever end if you're going on a plane. Then forget that. Like you just need a little spritz. Like just go to Target or go to Walmart. Go in the travel section. You can buy those empty little spray bottles. They're like this big. They hold a couple ounces, and you go. You don't need a ton of it. You literally just need a little bit of vinegar.
I think the best advice of the night, and it's something that we always would agree with, is pack your patience.
Yes.
You never know what's going to happen on a cruise. You never know what's going to happen on any travel, for that matter. You might have flight delays, cancellations. You might have port changes, cancellations. You might have, not the greatest meal in the world. You might not have, the show might get canceled.
I was going to say
all kinds of things.
I'll take it even one step beyond patience and say, like, be flexible, because patience is one thing, right? To like wait or this or that or whatever, or other people are gonna, but then it's another thing entirely to have things like get diverted from Bahamas to Canada. That's entirely different.
But
So be flexible and have your patience.
But the point is that although we have several videos out there about cruise etiquette that people can go back and watch, not everybody has seen them yet. And we've seen the views, so we know not everybody's seen them yet. But not everybody has seen these cruise etiquette videos, and not everybody is fully aware of all the cruise etiquette that is out there. And you may encounter some of these.
I can never say enough how much I feel like every single time I'm on a cruise, like elevator etiquette, elevators 101. Guys, elevators. Don't walk on an elevator before people have had a chance to get off. If somebody steps out of the elevator to let somebody else on, don't then walk in front of them to get on the elevator before they can get back on, because you think like just pay attention.
Etiquette's not our topic tonight.
I don't care.
Focus.
Elevator etiquette drives me up a wall.
Focus.
You're waiting for the elevator. Somebody's been there. They've been way there. And then maybe they even let somebody, like, they've been there. And then somebody just walks up, the elevator door's open, and they plow right in. Oh, and then they plow right in and it's full. Oh, gosh, guys. Elevator etiquette.
Oh, Shayna says they saw that so much on Oasis.
I have been seeing it more and more and more. I did too on Oasis.
Honestly, for as much as
and on Liberty.
I'm going to say this.
Both of them.
As much as I love that ship, I'm going to say it.
Go for it.
The ships that tend to cater towards families and new cruisers, there's a lot of people that haven't learned the etiquette yet.
Sure, but I just feel like elevator etiquette, I mean, there's elevators everywhere. It's not just cruise ships.
But
so what makes you feel like just because you're on a cruise ship means that you can just totally have disregard for everybody else around you?
We went to the mall the other night. Okay. How long has it been since you've been in a mall? Right?
It was years, yeah.
I can't say if ever in my life, even when we were using a stroller regularly with the kids, can I say that I've ever used an elevator in a mall. I'll use an escalator, I'll use stairs, I'll use whatever, but I don't know if I've ever actually been in an elevator.
No, but you still go to business places, you go to doctor's offices, you go to plenty of people. Just
I know, but people gravitate towards elevators on cruise ships. I don't know if it's because they hit the buffet a little bit too hard. I don't know if it's because you're tired.
But elevators are everywhere.
I know, but on a cruise ship, there's like a bank of all. I'm telling you, it's.
Anyway, I don't know.
Anyway, well, so we have a busy week.
Yeah,
we're gonna get packing. We're gonna get packing. We are gonna get the last little bits of stuff ready for our group. For those that are coming with us next week.
Excited. I'm so excited, guys.
We may have one last opportunity for maybe we try to do one more call. If anybody wants to do a call just to talk about things, a lot of times with our group cruises, we will offer a Zoom call before we go, just so that way everybody's up to speed and on the same page.
We just did that. We just did
that last week, but looks like
that was our second one because we did one before that. We did one early on, then we do one later. We had a couple of people miss the last one. So if you do have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Let us know what they are. No question is silly or stupid. And if you have that question, somebody else might have the same question too.
But 7 days from now, we will be on the Anthem of the Seas. We will be sailing away, hopefully, from Bayonne. Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Well, listen.
Making me nervous.
Listen, you made it as far as the Verrazano Narrows Bridge last time. So let's see. Let's hope we can get a little further than that. Yeah. But we will be on a cruise next Sunday. So we will not have a 9 p.m. live stream.
Sorry, guys.
Next week. We will have a sail away live. So we're inviting all of you.
We will be live
whether you are
next Sunday.
Whether you are joining us in person on the cruise or whether you just really want to be part of that sail away party, come to YouTube and join us. We will make sure we are live from the sail away party on the Anthem of the Seas. Hopefully from the North Star Bar. We will see. who joins us.
Yeah.
But we will be
And
live.
if you do miss it while we're live, then at our regular normal live time, go back and watch that live because it's gonna be a good time. Can't wait to show you guys. Can't wait to bring it to you.
All right. Well,
I
Richard
love it.
says we'll be going live from Anthem. Absolutely, we will be going live from Anthem. Hopefully, the internet cooperates with us. But like I said, it will not be at 9 p.m. You're going to have to watch for it a lot earlier, and it's going to be a pop-up. So make sure if you have not yet done so on the channel, turn on that notification bell and make sure it's set to all notifications. If you just click the notification bell, it only sets to some notifications. You actually have to hit the drop down and set it to all notifications. Richard, roughly what time will we be sailing away? I believe celery is actually set for 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Eastern time. We will update that as we get closer, we will try to post a notification. So if you have your things set.
I can guarantee you we'll be posting pictures in our How We Cruise community.
Melissa, I cannot wait to hear that story. I'm sorry, I'm just reading your post now, but yes, I can't wait to hear that. Not on a farm to be.
But we will post as many updates as we can, as many pictures as we can in the How We Cruise community group. We encourage you all to do the same. If you're on a cruise, let us know that you're on a cruise. Drop some pictures in the How We Cruise community group. We want to see your sailing. We want to see where you're going.
And follow us because we're going to be posting, guys, and especially it takes me a while to get my vlogs up and things like that. But we will be posting regularly in our community group while we're away, pictures and what we're doing and how things are going. So if you are not already a member of that, please join us there. We'd love to have you. It is a private group, so just request to join. We will let you in. Yeah, so yeah, that's what that is.
Can you read Shanna's comment for me?
I think we can say it this time. See on seas.